Okay. This is the one I had to replace the pressure switches on. Got the unit recovered, and you can see that one's missing wires. This one doesn't work, but stupid Carrier puts that right there. So hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a universal pressure switch in here, because some of these pressure switches I can't get from Carrier for some reason or another. So I'm gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna put this right there. One thing I found out is that if you try to unsweat this darn thing, it's a pain in the butt to get back in. This is like a 5/16 or something. Maybe it's a quarter on a 3/8 line, and it's a real pain. So what I'm going to do is just drop this inside of this one and braze it in. It's just going to be a lot easier to do it that way instead of trying to unbraze that and unbraze that. I'll just crimp it. I hate doing pressure switches. There we go. And this way, if I ever got to replace another pressure switch, I unscrew the other one. It's going to have a Schrader in it. I don't have to recover the charge. For some reason, Carrier doesn't do stuff too smart on certain things. Crap, it don't fit. Crap, it don't fit. I thought I was going to slip right in there. It should. It's just got a burr on it. Let me get a deburring tool. There we go. Come on. Never stops. So, I got it a little too open. I'm going to pinch the pipe off. Right there. Boom. See, we just pinched it off. And we will braze this in really quick. you're going to have to get out of there, because I got no room in here for a camera. Maybe I do. Water's in the way. It's going to be noisy. Start to condense it. It's a little drippy. Doesn't look like it's taken. Stupid spot doesn't want to take. Right where I crimped it, it doesn't want to take. It was not taken right there. That one's good. So we'll let this cool down. Alright, so we got these brazed in. I got a filter dryer brazed in. I think this one's from 2011, I think. So I just changed the filter dryer. Not reinventing the wheel here. I can't keep my stuff out of the bottom of this thing. Come on, man. Come on, man. So, low pressure switch. 50 cut out, 90 cut in. And a high pressure switch, 425 cut out, 300 cut in. That's all I could get. Don't expect this thing to run at 400 450 psi or 425. So then let's not mix these up. This is high pressure. I'll get the nylog. Just give it a little coating of nylog. Don't need much, just a little. So we'll put our high pressure on. Oops. I gotta tighten it up still. And we'll stick the low pressure on. And these got core depressors in them. Core depressors. So if I ever have to do this again, I don't have to take the charge out. And snug her up. There we go. I'll show you how to wire these up too. Oh no. Not very long. Not very long leads. Not very long at all. It'll work. It will work. Wonder if he's got an outlet around here somewhere. Need to pull a vacuum. Need to pull a vacuum. And I'm gonna have to get some of that. Oh, here's a new filter dryer. I have to get some of those cheater leads or whatever you guys call them. All right. So I got my common here, right? And it doesn't matter which one you break, but you're gonna run in and out of these switches to the contactor. So I got my high pressure, low pressure, 24 volts coming in. So what we will do is we're gonna run, I don't know how they even got it on the schematic. Let me look. So let's see. How do they have it run? They got it running through Y, low pressure, discharge temperature sensor, which we don't have, and then through the high pressure. So we're going to go through the low pressure first, then through the high pressure, then to the contactor. So this is my 24 volts from the furnace. I'm going to go through low pressure first. Low pressure first. So here's my 2-wire over here. 24 volts coming in. We're going to go through the low pressure. And right there. So I'm coming 24 volts out into the low pressure switch, and then we're going to come out of the low pressure switch into the high pressure switch. So into the low pressure switch, coming out of the low pressure switch to the high pressure switch. Take that, put it on there, and then to the contactor. So put a stake on this one. So we got to go through our switches first before we power the contactor. So 24 volts through the low pressure, out of the low pressure, into the high pressure, and to the contactor. And that's how pressure switches are wired. It's wired per schematic. So that's it. I got to get a vacuum pump. I want to get this thing cleaned up too. Well, I got it all apart. All right, let me get a cord. All right, got my vacuum pump set up. Oops, I got to get my micron gauge on here. I got the cord pulled on the low side. Yeah, well, let's see what time it is. It is 2:29. Let's see. Usually I pull them down in about 3 minutes. See what happens. 29. 4 minutes, I'm down to 553. Well, basically all you need is one hose for the residential systems, even 500s. You don't need big CFM pump. I don't know. You guys get 8 CFM pumps, 10 CFM pumps for residential. It's ridiculous. I'm going to let this run for a little bit. Usually I let them run for 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to get everything kind of cleaned up. I did pulled it down 500 microns, it stayed. We're going to get her cooked. Oh boy, ain't got no water pressure. Stupid little tiny mini hose. Oh boy. I ain't got enough pressure to do anything with. Oh, let me go get a real hose. Alright, so got the inside cleaned out. I got my hose, not much pressure, not much more pressure. I got some of that tri-power cleaner in here. It's not a really dirty coil, so just give her a quick spritz. And I got it all apart, I might as well clean it while I'm here. Might as well clean it while I'm here. Gonna let that sit for a little bit. Alright, we're gonna weigh in 5.5 pounds. That's where it calls for on the tag, and no additional charge per 15 feet. Furnace is on the other side of that wall, as you can tell. I still don't know what to do with that. Might have to be revented. So I heard the pressure switch kick. Got it cleaned up, got the fan back on. Two and a half pounds. There we go. Zip tie in here. Tidy this up the best we can. Not much wire. There we go. What the hell is this thing rocking on? It's probably got wood chips under it. I don't know if I'll get the whole 5 pounds in here. I'm gonna have to go turn this thing on too. Let me do that. Okay, contactor's pulled in. 5.5 pounds of charge. Oh, and then my other one kicks on too. Whatever. Let it run here. Coil's still wet too. This thing's gonna have to run for quite a long time, probably 10 minutes or so, to dry this coil out and get my proper pressures. Looking for 16 degrees of subcooling. That's what it calls for. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Well, that was a chore. Had to get every tool out of the truck for pressure switches. Got to get the recovery machine, the cylinder, the extension cord, everything. Then I had to clean it up, get it ready to go. Just time consuming. I think it took me 3 hours to do that. And the house is big too, and of course the driveway's over on the other side, opposite of the air conditioners. So it's a lot of walking. But doing those pressure switch, total pain in the you know what. Just a pain. You're leaning over trying to braze, then I don't know, me and Mikey did one this morning too on another carrier, and that was a disaster too. They're just not service friendly. They act like they're never gonna fail. It's just the design of that carrier pressure switch is just downright dumb. When I went to order those pressure switches, they weren't available for that unit, so I just put universals on there. That's all you need. You don't need the exact pressure switch. So actually the darn thing was under warranty. What did I know? It had a 10-year parts warranty on it. It's 2014, good to 2024. So now how am I going to figure that one out? Don't know. Let the office deal with it. But other than that, it went pretty smooth. Just a lot of walking. A lot of walking back and forth, a lot of tools. Well, what are you going to do? Get paid by the hour. So you guys know what you need to do. Like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.